In this demonstration, we are going to look at two additional areas in the employee self-service workspace. First, we're going to look at attachments, and then we're going to look at time off balances. So first, let's look at attachments. In the My Information tab in the My Career Information section, you can see that we have an attachments tile that currently has 0 attachments. If we want to add an attachment, we can click Manage Attachments. From here, it will let me know that I have no attachments currently in the system, and if I would like to add one, I can click the New dropdown and add an attachment. We can add an attachment as a file, an image, a note, or a URL. So I'm going to add a file. And then I'm going to browse to upload my document. And then from here, I'm going to select my employee document. And it will attach it for me. And we can see that it is now set the toggle for attached to yes. And then we can add some details. So let's say that this is performance review from previous position. And let's say we want to save it there. Then we have the attachment information here. It will list whatever the file name is for the document, the file type, which is PDF, and then the original file name. It won't list a file location because it's attached, so we're going to collapse that. We can also look at a preview. The preview will show us whatever is in the actual document itself. And then in the More Details Fast tab, we can take a look at the file type and then the company account that it's attached to. So once we've finished that, we can click Save in the action pane. And then you can also take a look at the different options that we have in the action pane. We have the new feature, which we already looked at. We have delete if we would like to delete the files. We can open the actual attachment from here. And then we have options, references, and the created by section. So if we click options, it will ask us to insert some parameters for this. So we can select show standard as either all or user. So we'll click all because if I'm looking at my employee profile, I want to see all attachments for myself. And we have the option to show any attached file as a default, and we'll select no. And then show references only as a default, we'll also select no for that. So we'll click cancel to go back. And then we have the references option. So if we click this, it will show the references for the actual attachment, and in this case, it'll show the company account and the created date and time, as well as the header information. So we will close that, and then we can look at the created by, which has a filter icon, and you can see that there are two options here. We can either filter this by all users in the system or my user. So if I only want to look at attachments for myself, I can select user, and that will be all that is populated in this list. And now that I've finished my attachment, I'm going to close this form and go back to the employee self-service workspace. And then from here, we're going to look at time off balances. So on the time off balances tile, you can see that we have PTO and sick time listed here in the summary. And if I want to view all balances, I just have to click that button. And then I can see all of my different time off that's available. Now keep in mind that this is view only. It only lets you see what time off balances you have. This is not how you will request time off, and it is not where you would make changes to accruals for anyone else. So we'll close that form and come back to the workspace, and now we're complete.